These two Lamborghini are beautiful, but driving them is as different as night and day. You're not the kind of person who wants fun behind the wheel, are you? Today, a car should transport you to a destination. Should it not stir up your desire for power and performance? What defines a supercar? Plain linear velocity, sheer comfort, or the best of both worlds? Keep watching as we show you how these two strange inventions were built to be different. They have elegant looks, are costly, and require excessive outlay on repair and maintenance, but each gives a different mood to it. Lamborghini Huracan combines the comfortable, luxurious nature of the car with the eruptive power of an unwrapped 5-liter naturally aspirated engine with 10 cylinders. It's custom tunable for cruising around town and at the same time offers impressive ultra-loud, aggressively rough note characteristics of supercars. On the other hand, the Aventador is a beast of a machine supported by hydraulically assisted power steering and a much more powerful V12 engine. It is a recreation vessel designed for fun-spirited, high-speed cruises rather than tactical uses or daily tasks. In terms of appearance, all are good. The features of both cars seem identical. It has a more angular headlamp, an accentuated bumper, a sculptured hood, and a new and dynamic grille. It has scissor doors, making it recognizable even when surrounded by other fancy cars. The Huracan follows a more conventional two-door layout. At the same time, the design is quite understated compared to the Aventador. The interior is sleek and muscular, featuring modern features, additional trims, and color choices. While both models have electronically cooled vented rear windows and multi-layer LED lamps at the back, the Huracan has more straightforward single layers than Louv's. The exhaust systems also differ. While speaking of exhausts, the Aventador has 3 pipes in the middle, and Huracan has 2 on either side of the car. These features make both models unmistakably Lamborghini, but, at the same time, reflect the core of one and the other. Nevertheless, each model's viewing angles and conceptions of performance are quite different. Now I will compare and contrast what makes the two different versions unique regarding performance. Fitted to the Huracan is a 5.2-liter V10 power plant that churns out an estimated 631 horses. This one has a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission system, delivering fast but slick gear changes. A red color body kit with a comfortable leather interior makes the C7 Stingray desirable. The top speed is between 201.3 and 201.9 miles per hour. Thus, driving is delightful. Another step further from the Aventador is that this car has a 6.5-liter V12 engine making 729 horsepower. It grows like a race car and features a 7-speed automated manual transmission with 531 pound-feet of torque going to 4 wheels. In terms of speed, the Aventador outclasses the Gallardo, with maximum speeds going up to 221 miles per hour. The feeling of handling the Aventador is much more accurate and authentic. It can take sharp turns at high speeds, and the sound of the roaring engine is enough to make anyone feel like they are in a race car. It is less fuel efficient than the Huracan, but this baby is loaded with luxurious add-ons, and one can choose interior trims. Its digital gauge cluster even changes according to the driving mode, whether you are in Strada, the Sport, or Corsa mode. The Huracan can be ordered with rear-wheel or all-wheel drive, and the Aventador is bonded to permanent all-wheel drive. While both vehicles come with 7-speed transmissions, the Huracan gets a much more sophisticated current-generation dual-clutch transmission. The Aventador uses a single-clutch system, which is not as smooth as the Gallardo but can be more inspiring to those hot shoe drivers out there. The two cars are similar in their design, especially in the air intakes, rear vents, high-mounted exhaust pipes, and Pirelli tires they use. They are also offered as spiders, enabling the drivers of these acrobatic machines to indulge in a liquid frustration, an open-top supercar. The suspensions, though, are distinct. The Aventador has a pushrod configuration similar to the F1 car, while the Huracan has conventional suspension, and more luggage space is achievable in the Aventador's front boot. One peculiar difference here is that the Huracan is more closely linked to the Audi R8 than the Porsche 911 and the Chevrolet Corvette, although it does borrow some elements, both in design and mechanics, from the R8. The Aventador is as Lambo as it gets. This makes the Aventador even more immature, but at the same time, closer to the legendary Italian brand Lamborghini. The Huracan is relatively more reliable and less expensive to maintain than the Aventador. Other car rental dealers have noted that the Huracan experiences fewer breaks, making it reasonable to own a Super without worrying so much about the many breakdowns as usual. Of course, none of these cars is particularly exemplary in boot space. Both vehicles have very restricted boot space for the luggage, but the boot space in Huracan is slightly larger than in the Aventador, and thus, the question is, which of the two is worth the money? The Aventador is the flagship model in the Lamborghini line, finished at almost $335,000, while the Huracan is less expensive at roughly $200,000. However, both cars can be very cheap initially, yet they become much more costly as we add options to customize them. If you manage to acquire either one, it might not be all that reasonable more often than not, would it? Both are wonders of automotive technology, and for most people who own them, purchasing them is as significant a decision as buying any commodity in the market. The Huracan and the Aventador are mid-engine supercars with an optional four-wheel drive. They have 7-speed automatic transmissions, are two-seaters, and are reputed to be some of the noisiest automobiles around. Exterior features such as side vents, rear vents, relatively high exhaust tips, and diffusers are closely related to both. Both cars use Pirelli tires and can be ordered as Spider models with folding roofs. Picking between the Huracan and the Aventador is a matter of your driving philosophy, wallet, and life situation. If you want a supercar-like car that is more practical and convenient for daily use, then the Huracan may be the one for you. Now, rear-wheel drive, dual-clutch transmission, and being more affordable than the Carrera S make it a sensational all-around supercar. On the other hand, if you want raw power and the joy of handling a car with doors that are cut across and a V12 engine behind it, then the Aventador is your bet. It is not quite as feasible. However, it provides an unsurpassed vehicular experience which will undoubtedly be remembered for some time. Did you find the comparisons between the two models helpful in making your decision? If you enjoyed this analysis, like this video and subscribe for more exciting content about the world of supercars, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.